Hey there, it's Abby, aka Octavia. How y'all been? How y'all doing? Let me get this camera situated here. Okay. There we go. Okay. I wanted to talk about the algorithm and how people who work in technology within the government, within the military, can manipulate the algorithms. Okay. As I ring the bell, it's Tabby, aka Octavia. Okay. I figured I'd pull this deck out because we have not been using this deck that often, and it might be something in here that might apply. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, it's definitely in there. Look. So I heard squish the bug. You squished the bug. You squashed the bug. Meaning you killed it. You killed the bug. Okay. So, and the bug in this reference is a bug in the system, a bug in the matrix, in the programming, the fatal bug. All right. So, of course, that did come out. The fatal bug. Okay. See how they're looking at their laptop? See that bomb? There's an explosion here. They wanted to cause that explosion on myself or onto you, collective, through technology, but it went back to them. Flaw disrupts flow and a critical mistake surfaces. Yeah, but the critical mistake is their error in judgment when it comes down to this truth or illusion. But Ripley's believe it or not that they keep doing. Comfortable lie persists and painful truth emerges. Yeah, but see, the painful truth is theirs, it's their own. And it's not us, it has nothing to do with us, it has to do with these people who created or fabricated this programming and code. And then we got detox. Algorithms sap focus and leave you exhausted. And maybe that was their intent, or maybe that's what they were doing, to their third parties or something like that. I don't know. But I wanted to see what this deck would tell us about this fatal bug that we killed, murdered it. Look, two-faced. Two-faced. Okay? Spirit don't lie. Yeah. Calling themselves helping you to become an overnight success, or meanwhile tracking you and stalking you with some fatal bug in the system that they wanted to cause you some type of disaster, torment, maybe even blacklist you when they get the opportunity to, or if you upset them or don't do what they want you to. Yeah, they were two-faced. They were too busy partying and bullshitting. Okay. This deck is pretty large, so I gotta take my time with it. Trying to cause a miscarriage to the Empress energy. If you remember the tarot card, she is pregnant with inspiration, motivation, a new idea. There's a seed there. Yeah, celebration. It's not came out. Trying to cause a miscarriage or something unfortunate to happen. I heard abroad, or something with regards to the number 22. Honor your word. Honor your word. Somebody is a knight, or was a knight, or knights are involved, whomever they are. They're two-faced liars. Their words mean nothing. The spirit is saying, honor your word. Okay? Bring balance about into this situation. But, that's impossible when you work with people who are two-faced here. The reason why they're two-faced is they're being run by a program. They're being run by demons or entities that's possessing them. Look at free expression, freedom of speech. Yeah, like when you stand in your mirror, you should be able to see yourself. Okay? Not someone else, not relatives, not your masculine. Okay? Get out of my mirror. Give me the right to have freedom of expression. Okay. Check to see if we get anything else. We got something out of sight. Out of sight. Notice that in this freedom of expression, in this mirror, this person's eyes are cut off. and then here, out of sight. They were trying to do something unseen, hidden, invisible, upside down, reverse, without anyone's awareness and or knowledge. Yeah, you have to squash that bug. You had to. You had to squash that bug, I'm telling you. Because they were just going to keep on. Spirit said they didn't cause any miscarriage. The deck says right here, the Empress is still just as fertile, just as insightful, full of seeds, ready to grow. Okay? They don't need any growth spells or any projections, any of that technology to make someone an overnight success. They're fruitful all on their own. Their labor, they're possibly most likely self-made. You know, let's see what else comes out of with regards to this fatal bug being squashed. To scapegoat you, or to scapegoat someone with targeted blame here and then ghost them. So what I'm picking up on, to get somebody arrested. To get somebody arrested, like they're targeting them, to get them arrested, to make them the scapegoat of some identity theft or karmic, who knows what behavior, to leave them with the karmic debt, to leave them with the spiritual unfortunate. Spirit said it's like unfortunate desires. Like they know these folks, these people, these men, they know that there's consequences to their desires. And the consequences to their desires, they want to run away from, okay, by using technology. They want to run away from them, target someone else. So like leaving them with the ball in their hand. Oh, it's your turn, and then ghost you and let you get caught, okay, red-handed or something like that. Caught with a hot potato. One of the tarot readers said that the other day. And I was like, come on now, they still playing elementary school games? We supposed to be grown. Okay, let's see here. It says, who's the hunter now? The hunter, seemingly in full control, is actually trapped in peril. If you don't know what peril means, it means danger. Peril. And I do not mean the Sudsy laundry soap. And surface advantages conceal the crisis of role reversal. Hold your ground to avoid being countered and stay vigilant to a role misalignment beneath appearances. And it fell on top of these folks that don't want to see the truth with out of sight here, or they're trying to hide and be unseen. They're now being hunted. See that giant bear? Yeah, that's somebody's ancestor. Spirit says, speak the truth. Yeah, because they were trying to, in the past, have it says past, right? At the top of the deck, encounter. They were trying to like destiny swap or something and leave someone lonely. They're so lonely. Yeah. I can't make it up. And if I pulled out my archetype deck, it probably will say this person here is the engineer. The engineer who misuses technology with no regard to emotional consequences, okay, to themselves or to others, okay. Their lust, their greed, their stinginess is what motivates them. Look, I want to say they black eyeballs, but it's most likely their cold, empty heart. Yeah, this is a stalker. Stalking someone blindly. Stalking, watching, obsessed. How are you stalking, watching somebody that's blind and you blind? You walking around pretending to be blind with your eyes closed. It says creeping. Stalker. Creeping. Okay. They could be a bird. They could be a mammal, Spirit says. Yeah, grudge holder. It's a bird grudge holder, bird brain, bird mind. Lies and deceit. Lying on the animal spirit or a animal spirit. What else, Spirit? Obsessive lover. You probably never have had sex with this person. They want to be your lover and they're upset. You probably turned them down. You said no. You said you're a joke. Yeah, these people just want to waste your time. And they're just wasting their own time. Look, hustling. Every day they hustling, making it rain. Focused on money, getting it. to cock block or by cock blocking people. They're just time wasters. Okay. Look, you rejected them just like how I did. Like I said, we squashed the fatal bug. They're hustling to cock block our love life, and we rejected them. Look, broke ass. So this is like some fake flexing monster, copycat, fraud, even, with a poverty mindset, trying to leave that or stick that onto you, okay? Always looking for comments or asking people about you. Have you seen them? What have they been up to? What were they wearing? Did you talk to her? Did you talk to her? I know you ain't talked to her. Did you say something to her? Because they probably threatening folk to not speak to you, not talk to you, so that they can continue on this unseen fatal bug detox, right? It says detox, but really it's about the algorithm. It's like, put your phone down and take a break, right? Technology break. But these folks are the ones that need to take the break in the first place, because they're the ones that masterminded it, right? Look, somebody's heartbroken. Look at heartbreak here. Crack. Break to build. Somebody is heartbroken. Okay. I wasn't even planning to look. Emergency 911 SOS here. They're trying to put out an emergency call. Now they need help. Okay. Or they are playing around in your emergency calling on your phone. I don't know. Stay grounded and take deliberate steps further. A turning point nears, and answer the call with a purpose, because they're trying to have some type of cold war against you. Like, you guys don't see eye to eye. You're angry with one another. It's this fake beef. You haven't even said 2 words to this person, let alone this person say 1 word to you. It's a fake beef. Hostility lingers unseen and connection feels distant. Break the ice and soften rigidity with small gestures. Okay, that spirits say they need to surrender. They need to wave the white flag, because nobody is in this cold war with them. They in this all alone, facing overwhelming odds and clinging to futile resistance. Your resistance is futile. Isn't that what the Borg said? Your resistance is futile. Your resistance is futile. Okay? You ain't got to beat the Borg with the camera in your eye. None of that. But anyway, all of this is fake. You squashed the bug, the fatal bug, and you took off and made your own pathway. Okay? Good on you. Keep taking care of yourself just like how I take care of myself. It is what it is, or it is not. Especially for these fake, fraudulent people. Keep on keeping on.